This meeting to order of the LPA for February 5th, 2026. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes of October 2nd.
Can I get a second?
I second.
Okay. I'm going to call Jared because he doesn't usually do this as a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Passes unanimously. Now we come to the great time where we elect a chair and a vice chair. I'll take nominations.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to nominate you to be the chairperson for 2026.
Are there any other nominations? Seeing none, I accept.
Well, should we
All
nominate
right.
Rick while he's not here?
No. Then I'll take nominations for the vice chair.
I'd like to nominate Jim to be the vice chair.
I have a nomination of Jim. Do we have any other nominations? Seeing none, congratulations, James.
Thank you very much.
Now we have the Affordable Housing Committee. We, as the LPA, get one seat. Did you want to say something? Okay. We get a seat by right on the Affordable Housing Committee, so that you know, it meets quarterly. And it meets, there's a meeting next week, in fact. At 3:30, it meets upstairs on the 4th floor, and I think is it Wednesday, Elise? Do you know?
I don't.
It's either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. I have been the representative for 2 years. Is there anybody that would like to do this job?
I have done it in the past, and I'm willing to do it again if nobody else wants to throw their hat in the ring.
I have work commitments, so I can't.
Okay, do you want to do it, Jim?
I can do it.
Okay. Jim, you are now our representative to the affordable housing. You
Mr.
can't
Moore,
hear Jim? Jim, you need to speak
Oh,
into the
I'm
mic.
sorry.
After 23 years, you should know what happens.
After 23 years, people really don't want to hear me.
Well,
So,
most of these people didn't hear you 23 years ago. But I see Joe Capra has joined us, and he probably did.
he did, I'm sure.
Okay, moving right along. Can I send Jim the packet I received from them, the Affordable Care?
Yes.
I don't want to say anything, I just want to send it so
You
he
can send it
has
to
it.
him, since it's
And-
not an LPA business, yes.
Yeah, and then also you will inform, whatever her name is. I
Donna
forget.
Gordon.
Donna
Miss Gordon, yes.
Well, actually, it's not Donna, it's the,
Michelle Miller,
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
Human Services.
thank you.
Miss Elder, do we need a formal motion for that?
I
For
thought we
the-
had one, didn't we?
Well, you didn't vote, so you
Okay.
can move and vote.
Okay, so can I get a nomination for James?
I'll nominate.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there anyone else? Seeing none? We don't even need to say all one. Okay, so you are it, because no one else wants it.
Thank you.
All right, moving along to new business. Bridge Road Car Club Major Final Site Plan, T130-005, quasi judicial. Mr. Sitter.
Mr. Chair, I did have a conversation with Greg Braun of the Guardians of Martin County.
Has,
No. No ex parte, no.
and I had none. Thank you, Jim.
So, we need to swear in witnesses.
Okay. Anyone who's going to testify, could you please stand to be sworn in?
Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the evidence you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, so I saw 8 people. Is that correct? Okay. All right, Mr. Sinner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good evening, members of the LPA. I'm John Sennett, Principal Planner with Growth Management. A copy of my work history has been filed with the clerk. I am presenting the Bridge Road Car Club Major Final Site Plan application. This is a request by HJA Design Studio on behalf of MCFL Properties for major final site plan approval to construct 3 one-story vehicular self-storage buildings and associated infrastructure. The buildings consist of 36 storage units, totaling approximately 55,823 square feet. The subject 32.27 acre site is currently undeveloped and is located at 7550 Southeast Bridge Road, approximately 0.32 miles northeast of the intersection of Southeast Powerline Road and Southeast Bridge Road in Hope Sound. Included is a request for a certificate of public facilities reservation. There are no interveners for this application. The site's located on the south side of Bridge Road. It's roughly 32.27 acres in size. It has 14.9 acres of wetlands. Apart from a existing excavated lake in the northeast portion, it's currently undeveloped. The Hope Sound Commerce Park is to the east of the property off of Suzanne Drive. And to the south of the property, you can see the coastal waste and recycling facility. The property is within the GI General Industrial Zoning District. To the south in yellow, you can see the coastal waste and recycling PUD. And to the east along Suzanne Drive, you can see a mixture of the M1 Industrial Zoning District as well as the LI Limited Industrial District. And to the north of the property across Bridge Road is the RE2A district. The future land use designation of the property and the surrounding areas to the west, east, and south is industrial. To the north of the property across Bridge Road is the rural density future land use designation. The current application is for the construction of 3 one-story vehicular self-storage buildings totaling approximately 55,823 square feet. Access will be provided from Southeast Bridge Road. Water and wastewater will be provided by South Martin Regional Utility. As part of this application, the owner will dedicate 42 feet of right-of-way along Southeast Bridge Road during the post-approval process. The owner will also pay $53,120 in lieu of sidewalk construction along Southeast Bridge Road. As part of this application, the owner did apply for an environmental waiver for access to the uplands within the site. Staff have reviewed the waiver and found it meets the criteria of Section 4.3B Land Development Regulations. The waiver has been approved by the Growth Management Director. The waiver authorizes 0.16 acres of wetland impacts and 0.36 acres of wetland buffer impacts to allow for driveway for access to the upland portion of the site. On-site mitigation consists of the creation of a 0.16 acre wetland area. This is the proposed final site plan. As you can see, the buildings are situated in the southern portion of the site. This site plan will result in a preserve area of 23.89 acres. So roughly 14.9 acres of wetlands, 8.99 acres of wetland buffers. If you looked at the sum of the buildings, vehicular use area, retention areas, and landscape areas is roughly 5.13 acres. And again, you can see the 42-foot right-of-way dedication along Bridge Road. That is a total of 1.23 acres of right-of-way dedication. This graphic illustrates the areas of the wetland impacts and wetland buffer impacts. Again, it's 0.16 acres of wetland impacts, mostly along this initial stretch. There's also some marginal encroachments into wetland buffers along this southern stretch of the driveway as well. And over here in the blue, just north of the existing lake, is where the proposed 0.16 acre wetland creation area will be. Development review staff have found the MCFL Properties application to comply with all applicable regulations and the comprehensive growth management plan as detailed in the staff report. Staff recommend approving the Bridge Road Car Club final site plan, including the preserve area management plan. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you.
Jim, do you have questions for staff?
I do. Could you provide me a sort of a diagram, or at least point to how the water moves through this property? I mean, on the south side, there's the industrial lot for the recycling yard. Does the driveway allow water to flow through it? Is that the proposal? Are there culverts?
There will be
along
culverts.
the entire south
There will be
extent?
culverts through the driveway, and in fact, Drew Gatewood, the environmental professional, is here, and I believe the engineer is here, so they can, further address the flow of
I'd
water
like
during
that,
their
yeah, appreciate it.
presentation. But there will be culverts through the driveway.
And I'll ask them as well, but when we're talking about mitigating wetlands, are we talking about excavating to create a wetland? Are we talking about improving an existing wetland? What does that mean?
Drew can clarify that as well, but my understanding is that the existing area is a wetland buffer that's been impacted by exotics and clearing in the past. So the restoration activities, the wetland creation will consist of scraping and grading and planting with native species and ongoing monitoring.
Okay, thank you. But there was a prohibition about excavation. No excavation will occur on the property? Is that correct? Or is that just no excavation will be taken off-site?
That's my understanding, yeah.
Okay.
No hauling of fill off-site.
Okay.
Anything else, good?
No, I think that's about it.
Jared?
No, sir.
What, did you show anywhere on any of the drawings a culvert anywhere?
No.
They wouldn't have been shown on the final site plan. Those would be on the construction plans, but I know roughly in the location of my cursor here, there's a culvert connection here.
The incursions into the wetlands were not clearly defined on the staff presentation either.
Right, and the applicant also has some graphics on their presentation as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, applicant, you're up. Did you turn in your proof of mailings?
Thank you very much. The applicant's turning in the affidavit that mailers were sent out on time.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening.
Would you turn your microphone on? Apparently, we have a new system.
Yeah,
Is it, hello?
that's good.
You hear?
I could, but there's also a volume
Oh,
thing you can slide your
I'm a
finger on it.
bet deaf, so if you could turn it up, I'd appreciate it.
do I just push it to the side?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
Paul Schilling for the record. So you can dial in your specific audio on right in front of you. You should
Oh,
Ah.
on the
It just goes on and on, the amazing.
yes.
you get classic rock if you turn it the other way.
Please.
If you don't like what I'm saying, you can turn it up. Hi, good evening. For the record, my name is Erica Beitler. I'm with HJ Design Studio. The applicant for, on behalf of MCFL Properties. And this is a request for a minor, sorry, I'm a little tall. A minor final site plan approval with certificate of public reservation, facility reservations.
Is there a green light on?
Is it not working?
Now it is.
All right, I don't want to be a hunchback, but I guess that is where it is. You would think with my age I would be very tech savvy, but,
Well, I know who you work for, so yes,
yeah, right.
it's very explainable.
Anyways, thank you for taking the time this evening to hear our proposal. Our team is here to answer any questions that you may have. We've worked diligently with staff over the years, and we're proud to present our site plan. So, as John said, this site is located in Hope Sound off of Bridge Road, just west of Suzanne Drive in that industrial park and east of Powerline Avenue. And our site is general institution and surrounded with other low and intense industrial as well as some rural areas. This is our site, a little contextual. It is vacant. There is wetlands and environmental relationships in this area, but also high development of industrial to our east. And so here is our site plan. It's a little bit easier to see other than the black and white, but there's a private access off of Bridge Road. As you can see here, we are proposing diesel lanes and expanding the Bridge Road to add for a center lane turning for safety, as well as a private gated access. I don't know, this doesn't really have a clicker, like you can't like point on it, right? There's a private gate access just south of that 42-foot right-of-way dedication. There is a proposal of 3 one-story buildings, but they are approximately 35 feet in height. There will be a stem wall encompassing this whole developed area, which of the 31 acres after right-of-way dedication, 5 acres will be developed. The stem wall encompasses the whole site and helps to keep us out of that wetland. But to your point, there are culverts located in that wetland impact area on that, after the curve. There's 2 culverts that connect that wetland in the northwest.
Are they, I'm sorry for interrupting, I
it's okay.
apologize.
It's all right.
Are they in light green on the color representation?
The wetlands?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
The text is so small I can't
I
read it
know,
from here, but.
and I don't know how to zoom in.
Yeah.
The wetland is the area that doesn't have those little green dots on them. So you
But the
will
culverts are identified by the arrows? Okay,
How's
proposed
it-
stem wall,
Yes.
I don't see any culverts.
No, they're not on this plan, but I will be sure to put them on a plan if you need me. I can send it to you following this meeting. But it's really, yeah, right where John has the hand, there and there. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And you can see the entry gate. There's a knockbox turnaround. Thank you, John. This is what I wanted. And you can see that dark black line is the stem wall, and has a black vinyl fence on it so that we can keep the preserve separated. No one can access that. Anyways, as we continue to the site plan, there's 3 one-story buildings, approximately 55,800 square feet, with 36 individual units, which will be vehicular service. I know it does say proposed use, vehicular sales and service, but that was just for county. You know, we only have so many uses that we can abide by, but this is private vehicular self-storage, no retail, events, public access, or commercial activity, just fee simple units. There is a 91% open space provided on this plan, 100% native landscaping. As you can see on the west and on the south, the buffers as well as planted native dry retention areas. There's 3 systems there. And so, sorry, as I said, there is a 42-foot right-of-way dedication along Bridge Road. There's off-site improvements and on-site improvements. So as I mentioned, we're going to have a westbound left turn lane and an eastbound right turn lane, extension of SMRU to the western property line, and we will be paying in lieu of the sidewalk about $53,000 to contribute to the fund for Martin County. On-site, we have a proper stacking at the entrance gate as shown, and the retaining walls, hydraulic connectivity will be maintained. It's very important.
Mr. Chairman, sorry.
No, it's
May I
okay.
just make a, Mr. Chairman, Paul Schilling for the record. So we are having a technical issue with this screen being presented to the viewers outside of this room. It is being recorded and memorialized, but it's not being broadcast live. So people are at home, we apologize. I apologize on behalf of the county and MCTV. But it will be able to be viewed at a later date. But if someone is sitting at home watching this, you're not going to be able to see.
Well, they're not hearing you either then,
No,
so.
they just
No,
can't see the
they
plans.
can't
Oh,
see
they
the
just
bottom.
can't
They
see
can
the plan?
everybody except for me in the plans.
When is this supposed to go to the county commission?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So it's going to be next week, so
Yes.
hang on to your seats.
Yeah.
I'm glad they can see us, but I wish they could see you too, Elise.
That's okay.
Well, the only thing people can't see, as I understand it, is what we're
The
looking
view
at on
screen.
these monitors.
Okay.
So we'll try to be really
Oh,
clear about how
sorry.
we describe it.
Yes, sir.
All right,
No
please
pressure.
go on.
Sorry, thank you.
It's okay. I like the open conversation.
It's like the old days.
Yeah, I love it. I wasn't there for it, but I'm here for it now. Just back to the on-site, we are providing a 95% reduction for both nitrogen and phosphorus to the new statewide regulations for stormwater. Here's just a detail for you all of the diesel lane and the middle turn lane that we are doing. It's hefty improvements on our client, but we are willing safety. There is no price
Right.
tag for safety.
Is it possible for one of the big car delivery trucks to make that?
Yes, sir. Our civil engineers here to further elaborate if necessary, but yes, there are the proper turning radiuses.
And turn around at the other end?
Yes, sir. Yes, we can. That T turnaround at the north end of those two buildings, there is the radius where they can do like a three-point
three-point
turn.
turn,
But,
Jim, you want to wait a few minutes so she can
yeah.
finish, and that way we
I'm
can-
sorry, I
No,
don't.
no,
I
it's
don't-
fine, it's fine.
Thank you. As mentioned, we had to apply for a environmental wetland waiver based on LDR section 4.3B to be allowed to access the uplands on this site. It does meet and exceed all the requirements that we needed in terms with the stem wall, the dry retention, all of that. I did do an excerpt for the folks here because they can't see it out at home, but that section of the code that allows us the access and the waiver. We went back and forth several different avenues to see which would be the least impact, and this plan is that. And in red, you can see the .16 wetland and .36 area upland buffer. And then in the blue highlighted on the east, just north of that lake, is the .16 mitigation area. And John is correct. That will be exotic removal, and it's a reasonable area for mitigation of the wetland and creating of that. What you see here is the conservation easement of these wetlands and upland buffers, wetland buffers. So 14.9 acres of the wetland and 8.99 acres of the buffer, which is approximately 23.89 acres and 77% of the site, which will be recorded in an easement and is really important for the overall flow contextually of this area as the water flows to Loxahatchee River and south, and we're maintaining that. In the southeast corner, here's the description for the people who can't see, is a 20-foot drainage easement that goes, so once we collect all of our development runoff in the dry retention, and then as it naturally goes, the wetlands can flow down to this drainage easement and into the further system. Here's just a plan showing what little impact or what little development is on this overall site, which is the 77% of conservation and 91% open space. Like I mentioned briefly, these units will be HOA and fee simple. So the HOA will be in control of the preserve management plan, the stormwater maintenance, the private road and private lift station, and there will be restrictions on these private units that no overnight stays, no businesses, no auto work, maintenance, no excessive noise, and no outdoor storage. So it's strictly a place where you can enjoy your car and just hang out in your unit. So here's a illustrative graphic of these units. They will be 35 feet in total, which is big enough for some of these units. There's 8 different types, and some you can fit. My client said an RV potentially. There's going to be a mezzanine, like a loft up top, and every unit has a small bathroom. So it's a nice area where you go, you hang out, and then you leave for the evening. Sorry, this is just a view of the 2 buildings. It's illustrative. It's not per se. Here's just some more graphics. And so this is a low-density private development, where majority of it, the site is preserved, where a lot of infrastructure and safety improvements are provided, and we are fully compliant with the county regulations. And county staff does recommend approval, and we hope that you all as well. And we are here for any questions that you may have. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Jared, any questions?
No.
Mr. Brown?
Yes, I'm new to this board for a year, but when I hear a term, it might be simple to some people, but diesel lane, what is that?
Decel.
Decel.
Diesel, yeah.
Deceleration.
Sorry, did I say it wrong?
Deceleration, I thought I heard diesel. Deceleration lane.
Yes, sir. I'm
Gotcha
so
now.
sorry.
All right, no, I thought I heard diesel. What is
I
that?
mean,
Okay,
diesel is
deceleration.
better.
Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Yes,
That's
sir.
all.
That's it, Jim?
Yeah, well, a couple questions. I think I'd like to speak to the hydrology about it.
Yes, sir.
But also, did I just hear that it was 35 feet tall?
There is, well, that's up to the mean high roof.
It's John Sennett, for the record. It's roughly 35 to 37 feet tall.
As a one-story building?
It's 1 story, exactly.
So we're not counting the mezzanine loft as a second story?
No, the mezzanine would not be considered a separate story.
Why is that?
I believe Florida Building Code speaks to that, and within our own code, we would not consider mezzanine second story.
That's got to be the tallest one-story building I've ever heard of.
No, it's not unusual. Paul Schilling, for the record. Industrial buildings take this form.
Okay.
There is the mezzanine, the mean height of the roof, that's how we're measuring it, so the exterior, the highest point in that average. The mezzanine will be interior. So this is, we need to keep in mind, this is an industrial land use for the GI zoning, which I believe is 40-foot maximum.
Yes, sir.
So we're 5 feet below that maximum, but not unusual for an industrial building.
Okay.
And Mr. Chair, if I may, there's one point I'd like to clarify. These units will be condominium ownership, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Fee simple for simplicity.
Okay, anything else, Jim?
Yeah, well, the questions I have are about the hydrology of the area.
Yes, okay.
Um,
I can have Drew Gatewood here
Yeah,
to.
so
yes,
what
sir.
I'd like to do is whatever graphic you can most easily pull up, what I'd like to do is sort of talk about Kitchen Creek and the normal flow and how we propose to move water from this area through the driveway and into the receiving wetlands to the west of the recycling place.
Yes, sir. Drew, oh, sorry, here you go.
Okay.
See, that's not my lane, but thank you, gentlemen.
TJ Shaw, Captech Engineering.
Hi.
Yeah, so this site drains from north to south to the existing drainage outfall, continues south to the wetlands on the coastal waste property,
Mhm.
and then heads to the Kitchen Creek STA.
Okay.
So we had a model for this, I think we did it back in 2009, maybe. So the model has this as basically the high point of the model. There's no connection north of Bridge Road.
On Bridge Road, right.
Right, so we made sure we modeled those culverts that you were talking about, connecting that northwest wetland that we basically have
Mhm.
severed with the driveway. And then treated our water on site and discharged to the wetlands on site and let the natural flow to the southeast corner of the lot.
Is there a flow conveyance along that southern drainage easement?
Yes.
So the dike that is the driveway with some culverts is going into that conveyance channel on, between this property and the recycling facility?
Correct. The existing outfall in the southeast corner.
Right.
That discharges to the wetland, I think we call it wetland B in the model, but
Okay.
that's the coastal waste wetland, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And your considered opinion is there will be no flooding of that
Correct.
recycling facility?
Yes, we modeled a pre-post
Okay.
discharge rate and made sure we were less than the preconditions.
Okay. Thank
Anything
you.
We're not
else,
making
Jim?
any modifications to that structure.
All right.
Anything else, Jim?
No, I think that's about it.
Okay. So I guess maybe the property manager and me, you have an HOA agreement already? Is there one? Somebody's got to get up and speak in the microphone.
Oh, they have a PAM, so.
Yes, sir. Erica Beitler for the record. Yes, there is an HOA in place, and they have drafted the restrictions and bylaws.
And that'll be in with the, when you sell your condominiums, correct?
Yes, sir. This is Matt. He can introduce himself.
Matt Besraba. I represent the owner and the developer of this project. And yes, we have condominium documents, and they will be presented before any contract is executed on this site. And the condominium documents not only include restrictions, use restrictions, but they also include the operation and maintenance and the PAMP and all that stuff that protects the environmental aspects of the project. It's all included. And the South Florida Water Management District actually looked through all of that operating and maintenance stuff to ensure that everything we're doing with the wetlands. They've also approved this wetland waiver. We've drafted the conservation easement and the title policy to give them the conservation easement. So the conservation easement actually goes to the Water Management District, doesn't reside with the plat or the property, and so that goes with them. So they reviewed that section of the documents. They agree that the PAMP and the O&M stuff in the HOA docs are good for them.
Okay.
So are those, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Are those restrictions on, no overnight stays and no partying and stuff like that?
Correct, yeah.
On the public record, other than this meeting?
They will be recorded as part of the recordation of the plat, but yes, they will be recorded.
Okay. How big is the mezzanine in relationship to the building itself?
It's one half. And
One
that-
half?
And that earlier question of, does it count as a second story?
No, I know.
That's the definitive thing, is if it's more than over 50%, then it's a second story. So we're exactly 50% of the thing, and it's open air to below, so it's not separately ducted or anything like that.
Well, it's easy enough to close up once you're there, so, but that's fine. That
Yeah.
answers my question. Okay. If there's nothing else, is there any public comment? Do you have any public comment cards?
There's one.
Oh, come on up, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll have 3 minutes, sir.
Yes, sir. Gary Erler, resident of Martin County, for the record. This notice was published 1/15/2026. By looking at it, I'm wondering where. I believe it was St. Lucie County paper. It's a primary urban service district boundary, 32 acres total, 5.1 usable. The rest is wetlands, 14.9, 8.99 acres of buffer, 2.3 acres of improved landscaping, and half acre of driveway, 36 bathrooms, and 5.5 acres on an industrial property. You can't get that anywhere else. And the drainage, the other question I had real quick, since they're not gonna stay there overnight, they're gonna clean cars there, and where does that go? Does it exit to the south and will be treated on site? That's all. Thank you.
Okay. the staff or the applicant, there is about the cars and about cleaning and where the water flow is gonna go.
So in the HOA docs, it precludes that, and we've actually done two of these other projects, and that's in the HOA docs. No maintenance of vehicles, no oil that enters, the sewage or that, and then plus the way that the civil engineering is done, even if someone were to wash their car, it would never enter the wetlands or anything like that and be protected. So I think that answers the question.
And you have MSRU, if I'm not mistaken? So you MSU?
Yeah, South Martin Region.
Someday I'll get it right. But-
Correct.
So it's providing water and,
Water and sewer, but it's only to the road, so everything from the road in is private, including
but you'll be bringing it into all these units, so it's not gonna be,
We're not having OSDS.
Yeah,
on
no
the property.
septic fields.
Okay.
It's sewer, yeah, correct. Yeah, it's
Okay.
sewer, there's no drainage. There's actually, we purposely put no drains inside the units to ensure no one's dumping anything down the drains.
Okay.
okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I keep asking questions because they keep coming up. What is the
the way your
elevation
mind
of the
works.
sites? You put a stem wall in, what is the?
Yeah, I think the finished elevation of the units are 17, 18, kind of the surrounding
Right.
area is 13, 14. But yeah, there is approximately like a 24-inch stem wall that pretty much runs the entirety of around the buildings,
Right.
around the roads, because when you're that tight to wetlands, you don't have the ability to grade
Right.
down, you lose your space. So there's a retaining wall all around everything.
Is there any sort of drain field underneath these? This is asphalt pavement?
Yeah,
or
it's
is it
asphalt.
concrete? Okay, but it's not pervious?
Not pervious, no. Everything on site is collected and directed to the retention areas, and nothing flows off site. Nothing enters the wetland.
Thanks.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. All right, is there any other public comment? Seeing none, comes back to the board. Any other questions for anyone? Okay, I'll take a motion.
I'd move to approve this. I'm nervous about the channeling of Kitchen Creek, but it is at the sort of the top of the drainage for that basin. I am also concerned about the flooding on neighboring properties, but we'll see.
Can I get a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Passes 4-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Do we have any other business?
Mr. Chairman, yes, just for consideration, we do have a couple applications for our next meeting, which would be February 19th. Just wanted to let the board know that, and we appreciate your attendance.
I will not be there, I'll be
Thank you.
away.
Not cold enough for you?
Going to a colder climate.
I think I'll be here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. I'll be
Thank
here.
you.
Depending on flights, I may or may not be here, so.
Thank you.
Okay, is there any other business?
I move to adjourn.
Okay, we are adjourned.